Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to macro in the Grow a Garden Halloween update so that you can get all the rarest seeds, an infinite amount of gears, tons of rare pet eggs, craft infinite items, and even buy from traveling merchants. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you need to have AutoHotkey installed on your computer. So you can do that by going to autohotkey.com, which I've linked in the description, and going over here, clicking this download button. And then you want to click download v1.1. I know it says that it's deprecated, but the macro will not work with v2.0, so make sure you install 1.1. Okay, now once you have AutoHotkey installed, you need to install the actual macro. So you can do that from the GitHub page that I've linked in the description, or if you already have the macro, there's an auto update feature so that you never have to reinstall the macro. But if it is your first time downloading it, you're going to want to go down here to where it says Assets and click on Source Code Zip. Then you'll see it starts the download over here. Then you can open the file, and then once it's downloaded, what you're going to want to do is right click Extract All, and then you're going to choose a location for where you want the macro to be installed to. Click Select Folder, Extract. It'll take a second, and then it'll pop up with the macro. So what you want to do to, whenever you want to run the macro, is open this macro.ahk file. And you'll see after a couple seconds here, it'll pop up with the macro. Okay, now that you have the macro installed, we're going to go through all of the settings and how you can use them. Okay, so first up, we're going to go over to this Shops tab. And then you'll see it says Seeds, Gears, Eggs, and Merchants. So, whenever you click on a tab, it'll pop up with a list of all of the items in that tab. So like if we do the seeds, it has a list of all the seeds. And then you can use these checkboxes to tell the macro which seeds you would like it to buy. Then whenever you've selected all the ones you want, you can click Done, and it'll take you back to the main menu. Then it's the same thing for Gears. It has checkboxes for all the gears in the game. And for eggs. Now when you click on the Merchants button, it's actually going to come up with a list of all the merchants. So, let's say we want it to buy from the Gnome Merchant. We would click on the Gnome Merchant button, and then it has all the items that the Gnome Merchant sells. So then we can select the ones we want. Click Done, and then whenever the macro is running, it'll go over here, check for a merchant, and if the no merchant is here, then it'll buy those items that you selected. You can do the exact same thing for the Sky Merchant, Honey Merchant, Sprinkler Merchant, Summer Merchant, and Fall Merchant. Now do know that the merchants are still a little experimental, and they might not always detect it, so if you see any issues with detecting the merchants, please let me know. Okay, now secondly, we have our Events and Crafting tab. So you'll click on that, and you'll see Seed Crafting, Halloween Event, and then the back button. So if we click on Seed Crafting, then you'll see here that we can craft any of the items in the Seed Crafting. Now make sure you have enough of the items in your inventory to consistently craft whatever you choose here, or choose none. Now for the regular crafting, it has a list of all the other crafting items. Now I recommend crafting either the Reclaimers or the Event Lanterns. The only thing about the Event Lanterns is that the Event Lantern recipe does take an apple for each one, so you're going to want to make sure you have enough apples in your inventory. Now this is also the tab where I will add events in the future, but I have not had enough time to add the Halloween event in, so I will start adding future events when they come out though. Okay, now lastly for the Settings tab. There's only really two main things here. So you'll see up at the top that you can tab between General, Hotkeys, and Positioning. If you go right here, in general, it has the auto-align camera setting. I would definitely recommend turning this on, because otherwise, you have to manually align your camera every time you use your macro and get it just right, or else it won't be able to do like all the walking to the eggs or crafting or even the merchants. Now hotkeys, this is where you could just change the start hotkey, pause hotkey, and stop hotkey in case you don't like it as F1, F2, and F3. And lastly is positioning. There isn't really much in here yet, but you can set the backpack button position like this. The macro does not currently use the backpack button for anything, but it might in the future, so it's good to have that in there just in case. Okay, now when you're done editing your settings, you can click save, and it'll bring you back to the main menu. Okay, a few settings that we need to go over on Roblox before you start the macro. So, you're going to want to make sure your shift lock switch is turned off, camera mode is set to default classic, your camera sensitivity is set to 1, and the most important one, your UI navigation toggle is turned on. If these settings aren't like this, then the macro won't be able to work properly. Now to actually start the macro, you can press the start button or F1, or if you change the hotkey off of F1, whatever the other key is. So I'm going to press F1, then you'll see the macro starts to run. And then you can press F3, or if you change the hotkey, whatever else you changed it to stop the macro. Now I do want to say that if you're ever having trouble with the macro, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will get back to you as fast as I can to help you solve your issues. Okay, I think the last thing we need to do is I'm going to show you a demo run so you can see how the macro works.